Hey everybody, Goldie here, and today we're going to be doing some feud prep. Taking a look at the limited time perks. Again, I personally am a huge fan of the new style of perks. I do wish there was a +1 MP on them, but I do like the change up and making different color gems doing more damage and maybe reducing some of the MP. I personally love it. Because, like it says in my disclaimer, there's over 550 characters in the game, and I would like to use more than 4. So, this list, just my opinion, again, a lot of characters in the game. So if I don't name somebody, it doesn't mean they're not good. It just means I forgot, right? Let me know in the comments of the video, respectfully, of course, who you might be coveting and using for these feud perks. We have red gems doing 200% more damage and blast gems doing 300% more damage if you've maxed the feud perks. So really gonna be a powerhouse focus. Now, keep in mind, these are flash feuds. So these line bonuses aren't going to last the entire feud. So I'm going to be taking the perks into account. Not necessarily the line bonuses, but of course, if you have somebody that fits a line bonus and they're not a powerhouse and they don't use blast gems, but they're still really strong, like Naka and Solo in this middle lane are going to be nuts. Then neither of them are powerhouses. They don't use blast gems. Totally fine. But really just looking at who would benefit from the perks. And because it's flash feuds, we have a list for men and a list for women. Not in terms of like people who play the game and identify as like male and female roster. So without further ado, again, just my suggestions. Tried to get some free to plays in there, although there are not a ton. The first one, shout out to Cowboy Bob Orton. Not just for use against powerhouses. Oh my god, he has blue moves. I will say the disclaimer again. Just because blue moves starting MP is reduced doesn't mean you can't charge the blue moves. It's not like Faction Boss where you get punished for having blue MP. You just have to load the moves another way. Cowboy Bob Orton has a red move, 2-turn Juggernaut gems that increase your blue MP and make botch into red at the end of the countdown. So put out your Juggernauts. Use your big beefy sub. That is a 300-ish K base at 6-star silver. Remaining turn into botch. And then you can either do the stun move, which is a 1-turn stun, or you could use the fake break forearm, which is the 6 MP, the 6-star move. Increase your red gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. If you have the Gremlin's Ears plate, this is probably going to hit. So worth taking a look at for sure for the free-to-plays. Powerhouse Farouk. I know everyone is a big fan of the double sub and the move damage as they should be. But don't sleep on the Snap Scoop Power Slam. I know a lot of people are like, well, I just need the finisher and the leaping shoulder block. Get yourself some extra damage out of this bonus damage per red gem. Going to be fun. Tech Gunther. Shout out to Black Amura, by the way. Big fan of Skinny Gunna. I personally do not enjoy playing him. But double power bomb, 4 MP Juggernauts makes random green and red into multiply gems of strength 7. You can choose the multiply to destroy. You can use the German suplex to trigger your Juggernauts. You can bring in the thunderous chop to increase the strength of your multiply gems by 10 after the fact. So a non-powerhouse benefiting from red gems. Speaking of non-powerhouses, Damian Priest from the Judgment Day. He's got those countdowns and a stun if you want to use it. Decrease your countdown gem timers by 3, making the entire board into red. If you want to do a Z plate to constantly stack your damage, you could do, is it Twilight Ritual? If my emulator would ever load. Is it Twilight Ritual? Yeah, break red, make blue into purple. So if you want to reload the 3 MP, Eyes of Judgment Plate, also a really good show. Really like this character. But he's another option for red gems. One that I haven't worked on and therefore don't have the move unlocked would be Muhammad Ali. And a lot of people swear by him. If you have the gear, go for it. The 6-star move makes a 5x5 into red. He has countdowns that increases all of his gem damage. And there's multiply gems somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, the submission leaves multiplies. So if you do like the sub double red with a Gremlin's Ears plate and then make a big area into red gems, by all means. Another character that I don't enjoy using at all, but I know a lot of people swear by, Mutant Seth. Welcome back, I guess. Color submission, leaves behind blast gems, increase your red gem damage by 100%. Triple red, gets the mutant kick out bonus. You can see a lot of people using him this feud. Another one of the Titan plate OGs would be Owens. That's my faction boss build. So this would be the Titan build. That is a lot of MP, though. I can see people going with that. I can even see people doing this. Any kind of combination with the trap. Y'all know how to play him. Figure it out. Another one would be Sami Zayn. Now you could do the triple black and this 377,000 bonus damage for every red gem. And that's going to be, that's going to benefit. So I don't know words. The perks are going to benefit this move. That's what I meant. So 200% on this 377k. If you are so inclined to run the Juggernauts to make reds into multiplies, you can absolutely do that as well with the Seamus Crown, some cross breaks out there, choose gems to destroy. Again, one of those characters where multiple builds. Another free-to-play shout would be Ridge Holland from the Brawling Brutes. Low-key, a favorite of mine because he gets plus 6 MP for the month. So he really just needs Shotzi to train him. And while we don't have, you know, red gems from this build at all. Did I not even put Shotzi on him at one point? Whatever. So it's black gem damage, but for those of you that had acquired a Titan plate off of the wall, triple black, he gets 6 MP for the month. So Shotzi is all you need to load him up and then start stacking the blast gems and recycle. I see him being a good free-to-play shout. Back to the non-powerhouses. And there's surprisingly not a lot of Titan plate users on my list. I thought initially it would be like a big old Titan plate party. It turns out it isn't. Also, I completely glossed over Anvil, who I think is going to be like the guy for this feud, if you have the moment. I think he's going to be nuts. Faction feud. Blast gems do 225% more damage. If you have it at 6-star, it's 300. And then red gems get 200%. Blast gems get 300%. You get bonus damage for every blast gem. If you go against an acrobat, you increase your red gem damage even more. So basically put out your blast gems and, you know, hit the damage per. Swipe away the board. He also has juggernauts and multiply. Like, I feel like Anvil is going to be somebody I should probably test out. Because I don't play him a ton. But I think he's going to be a huge hitter for a lot of people. Back to where I left off. Shout out to Rosie, one of my favorites. He has the traps and then make traps into red. If you have the Chelsea plate, I'm really curious to see how that... I mean, it's just really supplementary damage. I have the Twilight Ritual on him and an anti-bleed because I'm special. But he's one that would work as well. Broken by your opponent, decrease gem damage. Broken by you, steal health. And then that's how you load your finisher. Deal bleed. Yeah, so traps into red. Speaking of traps into red, I didn't put him on the list, but Solo has an alt build that does all of that. Samoan drop, Choose 7 to make into whatever. So solo, again, if you have the Chelsea Ultimate, that would be interesting as well. I am basic. I run him this way, but sleeper pick there. Sheamus from the Brawling Brutes, not just a move damage guy. Countdown gems that make random multiply gems. A choose move that doesn't move the pin bar to trigger your countdowns. Make multiply into red. So with a Z plate, going to be a very strong choice. Tex Steiner is another one, if I could find him. And again, not normally a build that I would run, but his Juggernauts increase his red gem damage. It's an entire column. So it's 140% to the red gems, and then he just destroys a bunch of random gems if you want to do, I don't know, sub instead. How would you even load this? I have no idea. But that is an option. And then Zombie Rey Mysterio, I hate using him. Absolutely hate using him. Some people swear by him, and this is your moment. Triple black with making blast into red, making the middle row into blast, multiply gems surrounding the blast gems. He's going to be strong. Is this a feud moment? It's a showdown moment. Oh, but he has a universal blast gem perk. Okay. Cool. So that works too. That works too. And like there are so many powerhouses. We could probably just search by class. I mean, go to your powerhouses. Who do you have a Titan plate on? Use them. Use them. Except for Hall of Fame Taker. Don't use Hall of Fame Taker. Because I was going to put him on the list. And then it was like, wait, those are blue moves. Is there a way to load them? No. Okay. So. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. Sika. The OG. If you have the bells and whistles to trigger the Titan plate with him, he's going to be insane. I'm going to add him on the list real quick just so Ocho doesn't get mad. Sorry. There you go. The GOAT. Sika. You need Rusev and JBL to trigger the Titan plate with him. But kind of insane with gear. I still don't think they know what they did with him when they came out with him. But that is the male list. And like I said, it is a flash feud. So we get to take a look at some of the ladies as well. Again, not just Titan plate users, although there is intrigue for a few of them for me. First up, Cora Jade. Somebody that I've slowly been working on, makes random traps, turns traps into red with the finisher. A lot of people swear by her. I wonder how she would be with that Chelsea plate, actually. Next up is Hall of Fame China. I don't run the reds. I've always been a fan of the black moves, but your time has come if you run the double red and the stun. You're going to flood the board with red gems. Lots of damage boosted from the perks. Bit of a sleeper pick here. I'm curious to see how she does at 6-star. But Icon Charlotte. Icons of WrestleMania Charlotte Flair with the sub and the Juggernaut and the Moonsault. The Juggernaut gems load the finisher, so you don't have to worry about that blue MP at all. Makes all red gems into multiply gems of strength 6. Figure 8 makes more multiplies. If you have a Gremlin's Ears plate, I'm really curious to see how this would go. If you have her at 6-star and you run her this way, hit me up in the comments. I'm actually really intrigued. One of the newest additions to my roster that I have not worked on, even though I've been coveting her for a very long time, Masters of the Universe, Becky Lynch, the man of WWE Eternia. This move's going to be fun. Everyone's going to be running red MP, right? So just go ahead and steal it. I don't know what this scales to, but Showboat JBL and Striker Woods Titan plate if you want. I know everyone, you can't just put a Titan plate on everybody. It's Blast Christmas. Of course I can. You don't have to though. She's going to be fun. Powerhouse China. I wish I had the Tori moment because I feel like it would benefit her a ton. That's not the build. That's the build. The Tori moment gives her an MP boost. So you would only need an MP trainer. One of them, you'd only need Trickster Woods. Bottom 3 rows into blast and then destroy the center column. So again, Titan plate if you have it. If you don't have the Titan plate though, it doesn't mean these people are bad. You're just adding extra damage. So I feel like her with a Tori moment is going to be a sleeper. Striker Rhea Ripley just got a revamped move. We're not going to be using it this feud because her 5-star move increases the red gem damage. And then you swap a random area into red. Although if you want to, you know, do the reversal build, you can. But we're looking at the damage perk specifically. And she increases her red gem damage. I don't remember how this scales. Mine's only 5-star bronze. But that would be something to give consideration to. Another alt build, so to speak, would be Super Stacy. A lot of people just run the move damage and the stun and the sub. But this move intrigues me. The cartwheel escape, 2 gems to make into 2-turn juggernauts, increase all of your gem damage for 3 turns, and then make random blast gems. So probably something to be done here. I would need to sit and test it a little more. Maybe even bringing in this move with a Veer plate just to annoy people. This move is intriguing. I don't know how many multiply gem users we're going to see, but that would be fun as well. And then shout out to the goat. My goat. Anyways, you want to talk red gems and blast gems, you got to talk Zombie Charlotte. I know, she's on her bullshit again. But choose to make into red, make random blasts. You need Acro Ray, and you need Showboat JBL, and you need Steel, and you need Santa Hogan to trigger the Titan plate. But I promise you it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. But that's my list. Again, tried to keep it short, 17 and a half minutes later. It's just a little, you know. Can I fit both of these on the screen? I don't think so. Got some male options, got some female options. Again, there's like over 550 characters in the game. So if I didn't list your favorite, please don't get mad. It's not because I think they suck. I just forgot they existed. So hit me up in the comments of this video. Let me know who you plan on using for Feud. Stay tuned for Feud Perks Part 2, where we will talk about acrobats that don't rely on blue gems or blue MP. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified when my next gameplay video comes out. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for being a friend.